At this time, I would open the meeting to questions. Does anyone have a question at this time? We ask you please to feel free to ask anything that you wish at this time. I have a question. Do you have an idea of what percentage of souls on Earth return, die, and are reborn? We are aware of your question, but we will find it less than simple to answer. For the soul which enters this vibration does not enter for one lifetime only, for the most part, but for a cycle of what you would call time, this cycle being approximately 3,000 of your years, according to our best estimates. As you must know, we are somewhat less than perfect in our approximations of your time. Thus, the probability that a person will reincarnate during a cycle is extremely high. The percentage of those who are in physical bodies, as opposed to denser or more spiritualized bodies, at any given, shall we say, locus in space-time is approximately 2%. Thus, most of the souls in the reincarnational cycle at any moment during that cycle will be without a physical body. They will, however, be part of the consciousness of Earth, and it is this unseen and very strong influence which has caused the repetitive actions of your civilization in the cycle. For, unfortunately, your peoples have not made the progress which we had hoped, but instead have repeated over and over again the cycles of war and intrigue for war, which have marred the previous cycle and this one also. Would you like to continue with your question? Yes, I was wondering if the cycle is 3,000 years, how many people will be going through the 3,000 year cycle together? Or is it just scattered? Or are there like big groups that would start, say, approximately the same time and do a cycle? Or just all mixed up as far as, I know you can't get real specific, but I was wondering about that. I am Oxal. I am with this instrument. I am aware of your question. The pattern of reincarnation changes. During a cycle, not only the minor cycle, but also the greater cycles, the major cycle and master cycle. Those of you in this room, for the most part, have met many times before, not simply in the last 3,000 years, but prior to that time in the last 25,000 years. And there are a few who have met during the master cycle, which is approximately 76,000 of your years. These are all approximations, you understand. Now, my friend, what occurs is that as a soul rises from the ignorance of the darkness of the beginning of a cycle, he begins to collect about himself or herself a series of relationships which begin to have a special meaning due to emotion, which is one of the most powerful words in your language, because it deals with the only reality of your world, those whom you love, those whom you have wronged in hate or envy, those souls you will meet again to again work out a destiny in which the lessons of love can be learned. Thus, by the end of the cycle, such as this one, you will find quite large groups of people gravitating together for a more or less known and specific purpose. which has been generated due to the lessons learned by each in conjunction with the others over a series of many incarnations.